Hey friends, Pastor Michael from Organic Church. We're excited for another season of growing together. We'd love to have you join us on Sunday mornings at 10 or Wednesday evenings at 7 for friends, family, and a whole lot of Jesus.
Saturday 79, and then Sunday back up into the low 80s.
We can do that.
Yeah. I meant to check like the real feel for the past few days.
Oh yeah, I haven't either. I didn't.
No.
Don't know what the heat index was.
Hot.
It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Hot.
That's what it is.
Sticky and yuck. And when I flew back last week? Yeah, last Sunday. I swear, like, the air quality is, like, still so bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Like, compared to Florida, like, I didn't really realize it. Sometimes I would notice it, but then I really noticed it after I, got back from vacation. I'm like, oh, man. But...
Yeah, it was like 98 in Gettysburg on Friday.
Ooh.
And it was just as humid.
Oh, was you over there?
Yeah.
Well, lucky you.
Yeah, although didn't get really to do much, hiking or...
Why not?
It's just too hot. Just can't be out there very long.
Oh, you can't hang?
No, not now. Not anymore.
Me neither. I can't take.
Right.
I can't.
Give me a cooling towel around my neck, and
I can't take the cold anymore, which it never used to bother me, and I can't take the heat anymore.
Oh.
So, don't get old, Nick.
I'm getting there.
Oh yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, I wish I was your age again and know what I know now.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have a completely different life, a completely better life. Well. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going
Do you want to reveal what you're doing at 45?
No.
Huh?
No, I wouldn't. I would spend more time with the family instead of at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my
Yeah.
wife, she didn't listen to this anyway, so I could say anything. But I'm sure someone would tell her, do you know what your husband said?
On that podcast.
They always find out.
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah.
And she, you know what she'd say? Oh, I believe that.
Yeah, she doesn't even have to listen to second guess it. She just knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After what? Be 58 years,
Really. That's awesome.
59, something like that. Oh,
Something like that. Like, what's one more year?
well, I know we were married almost 2 years before my son was born,
Okay.
and he's 55.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that would line up.
56, 57. I think it's 57.
57.
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd you manage that?
I worked a lot.
I mean, just like...
No, seriously, I did. I mean,
Yes,
I
right.
worked 2 jobs.
Honestly, like with my grandparents, it would have been 53 years for them this year.
Yeah.
If Pat wouldn't have passed. But he worked afternoons and midnights a lot, and a lot of the times I'm like, I wonder if that was like a benefit, or
Yeah, this year
Detriment,
would have been
huh?
Mom and Dad's 61st, and Dad worked afternoons a lot, and then when he retired, they were like, "Oh boy,
what are we gonna do?
kill each other."
Yeah,
That's a real test of marriage. Retirement.
That's kind of my problem now. I mean, I used to doing something, not being home,
Yeah.
and it's awful because I get lazy.
Mm-hmm.
You get lazy and say, well, okay, I can do that tomorrow. I don't have to do it today.
Sure.
And then tomorrow comes and, it still doesn't get done. And then you got to just kind of grab yourself by the seat of the pants and drag yourself outside, and then you got to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I have a real hard time doing that.
Well, especially in this heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think, well, I'll do it after the sun goes down.
Yeah.
Well,
and you're
then,
too tired.
yeah, I'm not going to do it now. It's almost time to go to bed.
Why would I start something so late?
Yeah.
I mowed yesterday with my cooling towel around my neck, but I still have a little bit to do out back. And I thought, I'll do that tonight when I get home from here before it gets dark.
Okay. Everybody run down by Dawn's house. And
See if I get that mowed out back.
Yeah.
I think people are onto something when they do it in the morning. I've caught my neighbor doing it. Like, he's done by like 10 a.m. Anytime he's doing it, I'm like,
My grass is too thick and too wet.
I was
for
gonna
that.
say,
I can
can't
see
do
like
it.
if you had the small yard and
Yeah.
that's what I was going to
but
say, though, because
mine, no way.
his is like, they have, well, Nick, you know where I'm at. The brick house right beside me. You've probably walked past it, but it's mainly pavement is
Yeah.
their yard.
Yeah.
So it's like
Right.
whatever yard
You got
they
a
do
couple
have.
strips. Yes.
Yeah, so I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be the way
That's
to go.
very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Well, I got 2 acres to mow, so.
Yeah. Different story then.
Yeah.
Different
I
story.
sometimes I envy those people.
Yeah.
Like, they're done mowing in 5 minutes.
And then you'll hear them at the grocery store. Oh, man, I got to mow again this week. But
Yeah.
you see them out there watering and fertilizing and liming and then griping because they got to mow. Don't fertilize it. Don't water it. Let the Lord take care of it.
Yeah.
He, So I always look at, look at the forest. Look at all the trees. They grow. They're green. What fertilizes them?
Yeah.
God made the leaves to decompose, to make fertilizer, so the trees could eat.
Yep.
Got to look at it that way.
Yeah. I know. I was at Marshall's the other day and someone was on the phone with, I don't know if it was his girlfriend or his wife or who it was, but he was talking about someone, like his friend maybe, was saying that they spent like 40, and he wasn't saying it was outrageous, but he's like, yeah, so-and-so was telling me that they're thinking about doing such and such, but they spent $45,000 or $48,000 on just landscaping.
Holy moly.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. I got manicured weeds. Is
Yeah.
what I've got. I've got no
Yeah.
lawn.
It's a pretty weed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll look a whole lot better if it's a little shorter. We'll just cut her off.
I've got this one section in the back, just a round circle. It's lime green, neon green. It's like, where did that grass come from? Just one
Do
section.
you have a dog?
I do have a dog.
Did they go potty over
Oh,
there?
she goes potty everywhere. The yard is fenced in, and she does not stay in one area.
Yeah, that's
She
how
goes
mine is.
everywhere.
Mine is too. Yeah. Well, the topic.
Why'd you say it like that?
You didn't expect it, Roger.
Oh, nice.
I try.
Yeah.
He's still looking at me like,
The unexpected. He's been dealing with it all day.
yeah.
I'm used to it.
Yeah.
I like to pivot in the middle of something. Change everything.
Change it up.
Yeah. Like I told Pastor Michael today. I said, we've only done this 2 or 3 times. I says, a couple
be
more
broke.
times, we ought to be able to get it right, but I doubt it.
It's never like that. Never.
Well, yeah, when I was in Gettysburg, wasn't really looking at my phone. And, of course, we had something planned for last week. And I was like, well, that's kind of good because I don't have to worry about it. I can just go on my trip, come back. Everything will take care of itself. And then I get the text. I think Margie read it to me. And I'm like, oh, okay.
There we go.
Well, I got to think of something. I'm like, well, why don't we just talk about
Yeah.
The
the unexpected?
And I don't think
how do you handle it?
I don't think we've ever really talked about it either.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
You just have to pivot.
Yeah.
You have to think about what's going on. Why did the Lord put me in this position? He put me in this position to learn something.
That's what I was going
That's
to
right.
say. And
You know,
to give
There's
glory
always
to
a
him.
lesson.
Yeah.
We're always going to learn something.
Yeah. So,
You probably have more problems when you tend to believe that everything is going to go according to plan every
Right.
single day.
Oh, hey,
When you hang your hat on everything going exactly as you'd planned it,
you know what happens to
it's
me?
usually when you're frustrated.
Right.
My hat falls off the rack,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then
No,
you got to
rec-
pick it up again.
Yeah.
So,
Recently, my daughter just took a new job on at hospice, and she got hired in full time at the Truman House in Philly. Well, like the day before she was supposed to start, they called her and said, "Hey, we're going to have to move you to the Wooster house if you want the position. And now it's only part-time.
Oh, man.
Very disappointed, very upset. And I said, Caitlin, everything happens for a reason.
I was going to say, she may
knows
go
that.
up there.
You know,
and
she knows that. And I'm like, Caitlin, everything happens for a reason. So she's in her orientation at Wooster, and she's like, wow, that is quite a drive, though, Mom. You know, I don't know what it'll be like come winter time, but she's enjoying it. But it wasn't a weekend to orientation. 9 people got laid off from the Truman House.
No, sir.
She would have been
And she
one of
would
the
have been
first
one
to
of
go.
them.
Oh, well, yeah.
You know, she would have been a new hire.
Well, and
she would have been the first.
They probably did her a favor by doing that because
Yeah.
they probably knew we're going to lay off.
Right.
Why are we hiring a new one?
Right.
But they wanted to hire her.
Right.
Yes.
If they didn't want to hire her, they wouldn't have offered her
Shipped her
that
off
position.
to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so she's out at Wooster just part-time right now, but so she's still working locally too. So, but I'm like, see, everything happens for a reason. It'll all work out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a perfect example right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes some of that stuff we want it now. We don't want it to work out, in time.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it gets it's frustrating. I'm dealing
Well, and
with it.
unfortunately, we all have the pressures of life. Like you had a plan, you had a financial plan. You know, again, you hang your hat on all these things, and then something like that happens. You're like, wow, now I have to make a real adjustment here. You know, and sometimes it's not. What happens isn't fatal. You know, hardly is ever anything fatal to us when
Right.
something like that happens. But it can feel that way because you immediately can get overwhelmed by the financial, burden
Right.
of trying to figure out, well, now what am I going to do?
Right.
And just, you want everything to be settled. You want to make a plan, you want to execute it, and then you want to sit back and reap
Yeah.
the fruit of
Right.
it. You want to kick back and say, okay, I've accomplished that.
Yeah.
But
A lot of times
you don't know what the future's going to hold for you though, either.
You know, so a lot of times you end up having to work harder for something than what you planned. And
That's not
I think we all have to have almost like a default with our faith and our prayer that when something like that happens, that we can fall right into that mode of prayer,
Yeah.
mode of meditation and
Yeah.
patience. Because if you don't have that, a lot of times, then you are jumping off the cliff and calling all your girlfriends and
Exactly. Yes.
and just
I don't have any girlfriends.
no.
No.
Neither do I.
And we got to have that gratitude as well, even though
Yeah.
things aren't
Right.
going the way that we want them to.
Oh,
You
you
know,
always you got
We have to be.
you have to stop and think. You're still breathing. You're still upright.
Right.
You're not sick. You're not ailing.
Yeah.
You do have enough to eat.
Yeah.
You can stay cool. You wonder how you're going to pay that bill, but you can still, and then when it comes time, he provides for you,
Sure.
as long as you believe.
Right.
Yeah.
As long as we believe and stay faithful.
And
He's
wait.
faithful to us.
And wait. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the worst.
That's the worst part.
That's the worst
The
part.
waiting.
Waiting.
Well, and I think it's a good lesson of always making sure that you're in the right company, because when something like that happens to you, it's important that you have good friendship, good support, good fellowship, all those things to where, you do have other people to fall back on,
Yeah.
to help you out. Not that you're ever looking for handouts or anything like that, but the right people will step in your life when something like
Right.
that happens to you.
Right. Yeah.
And that's always a plus too. So, it's kind of like, mind your P's and Q's with how you treat people. Perhaps there's been somebody in a similar situation in your life and maybe you had the opportunity to help them and you didn't, and, now it's your turn,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and, you may get the same treatment. So
What do they say?
it's always-
Karma.
Yeah.
Karma. Yeah.
So it's
What
always
comes
just,
around.
yeah. So, you always just want to be, when you deal with somebody that's going through something like that, you want to be dealing with it with a Christian attitude and
Yeah.
be willing to help somebody.
That way, if it's ever you.
Oh, yeah, because sure enough, it will be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
It definitely will be. So it's, you just never know.
Yeah. And we can't control everything,
Yeah.
Even though we want to.
right?
Because like Nick said, you have your financial plans in order, you have everything all thought out and through, but then something throws you a curveball, and I mean, you can't control it.
Right.
No.
And we need to get our mindset in that gratitude rather than worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because when I was young, it was always worry, worry, worry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't worry anymore.
Yeah.
No.
No, the older I get,
Yeah.
what will be will be. You know, it just that's
Yeah. I mean,
kind of the attitude I try to have now. I mean, I
It
can't
is what
control
it is.
everything, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. God is in control of everything. And there's not much you can do about it. you
Right.
know. That people have problems with that. You know, again, like Roger said, you know, you want it now. You want to do what you want to do, and you think you've executed perfectly, you know, and you've timed it out in your timing how it's going to go, and then it doesn't. And again, if you don't have that prayer to fall back on, that trust in God and His timing, yeah, you can get pretty frustrated. You know, it's when people can lose their temper, make bad decisions, lash out at other people. You know, you can develop a lot of bad traits when you don't have that center with Christ. You know, you just, because that's the thing about having a relationship with Christ is a lot of times you can replace a lot of your human emotion, you know, that you would instantly, you know, react on, and you get to replace those by more Christ-like, you know, behaviors, emotions, all those things, to where, you know, it's like when something like that happens, it's not even really like you're going into prayer. You just automatically, you think of Christ, you think of God, you think of, okay, how am I supposed to handle this? Not lash out and then apologize to everybody and say,
Right.
okay, now, you know, how do we figure it out? You can be ahead of the game.
Yeah.
You know, you can control your emotions. You can control taking something that's bad happened to you, then off of that you go and make another bad decision. Because that's
using it as an excuse or something.
Yeah, or just your emotions get the better of you. So then you're not thinking clearly.
Yeah.
So then you'll go and make another mistake that just makes the situation even worse.
And it's like a
snowball. We're just
Yeah,
snowballing.
Yeah, and a lot of us do that.
Yes.
You know, our emotions get the best of us. We can snowball, and you know, pretty soon instead of having one problem that needs fixing, you've got twice as many.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so it can work out that way very quickly. So you know, that's because we all talk about this. You know, you go on vacation and you come back to work, and if you're in a position where you know somebody has to cover for you, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
And I just went away for 2 days, Friday and Monday, and my desk was a complete disaster. And and that shows me, like, when I see that, I think, okay, that's that person's frame of mind. They weren't organized. They weren't thinking clearly, because my desk is just a complete mess. And I'm thinking, so that's how their mind's working, because you can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then things like they'll take like one order and they'll write a note on that order, but the note is for a different order. So it's so disorganized and so, you know, spastic that it's just like, you're just, your emotions, obviously it's like, okay, you can see that the person is overwhelmed.
Yeah.
The situation is getting the best of them and they're scrambling.
Right.
So instead of finding like the actual order and then saying, okay, I need to make a note on this order, we're doing this, and they just write it on anything in front of them. And before you know it, they got this whole, they don't even know what they're looking at. You know, they just have a total mess. And at that point, you can't even help yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And so sometimes that's how I think, like, okay, sometimes you can see that in people. And, but on my end of it, you know, I don't want to say I expect it, but I kind of do. I didn't expect quite the mess I got. I'm like, thank
You
goodness.
knew there was going to be one there, didn't you?
But you know, Nick, but you telling me that, you know, a few weeks ago, I'm like, you know what? Nick's right. I am just going to come back knowing that there is going to be a mess.
It's not going to be
because if
perfect.
not, it's like I already know how it goes every single time. I'm not going to get I'm not going to get my hopes up for anything different. And it helped me a little bit by having that attitude. So I guess like it's not wrong in thinking that way.
No, because I go in and the production manager comes in, and of course the kid that was filling in for me comes in, and they're just already like stressing, just throwing words back and forth. And I'm like, we're not going to do this.
Yeah.
This is not what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to get accomplished.
No, I'm like, save that for later. We'll talk about what happened later.
So this was Tuesday?
So this is Tuesday.
And is that the day I texted you guys, or was that Monday?
You texted me Monday.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was fortuitous that we're talking about it. I'm just like, we'll worry about who did what and who made mistakes, whatever. I really don't care. Let's just focus on what we need to do to get the train back on the tracks.
Yeah.
Because I told everybody, I said, this was just like a total train wreck with no survivors. And I'm just, we just got to,
Start fresh, start all over.
Yeah.
Build a new train.
Find a rescue at this point, and just, it's like, okay, let's just take us one step at a time. Let's stay calm. Let's just stay focused, and let's get ourselves out of this mess. And and it took me 2 days until the end of today. It took me to get back to where we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
But I didn't get upset. I didn't get mad. I mean, I am having those emotions. I am upset. I am disappointed. I am frustrated. But I counter that with like, okay, how am I going to handle those emotions?
Yes. Yeah, you have
them.
Right.
You have to repair the damage.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's no sense in getting mad because all that's going to do is just make the problem bigger than what it really is.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Because you're able to move forward and find the solutions where, yeah.
Yeah, you can tell they just lost him. Like, I give up. Just wait till Nick gets back and figure it out,
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
Well, at least you know that they need you.
That's another great point. It's like, well, if everything was perfect when I come back, maybe that wouldn't feel so good.
Well, my coworker texted me Friday. Nothing really, was just asking me how it was going, and I'm like, oh, it's good vacation or something, and she's like, oh, we're gonna be glad you're coming back, with like a emoji, and I'm like, oh boy, what could I mess up? So it's like she texted me to see how it was going, but then I had that in the back of my mind,
right?
But
Everything's going to be total chaos.
They're like, oh, we're just so happy to have you back, because I'm like, yeah, you realize that all the things that I do undercover, basically. I'm not just sitting at a desk.
You're not just a pretty face.
No, no.
Yeah, the kid texts me on Monday. I'm driving home, and he's like, "You might want to bring a pack of cigarettes with you." Because I'm like, "Oh my god, what did you guys do?"
Well, at least he didn't say a fifth of wine too.
Yeah, but kidding me.
So
But yeah, if I lose control, and that's a part of leadership, and dealing with the unexpected, things like that. If you lose control, everybody else does. So no matter what you're feeling, you have to be able to separate yourself from it.
Everybody stay calm.
Yeah.
Right. And sometimes we don't.
And sometimes that's hard to do.
We don't.
Yeah.
Because you've got you got somebody poking the bear.
Yes.
And you can only poke the bear so many times.
Yeah. And I could try to be calm as much as I could, but my emotions get the best of me, and then you can hear it out of my voice. Like,
me too.
The tremble or the shakiness. And I'm like, oh.
Well, mine gets loud, and I've got a loud voice anyway. So then it really seems like I'm yelling at you.
But you're just.
And I'm not. I'm just in a hyper.
That's what it's going to say. You're
activated
fight or flight.
My dad and I had a blowout on the way to Columbus on
no.
Saturday. We were almost to New Albany. And I said, Dad, your pressure light just came on for your tire. And he's like, that's odd. You feel any change in the steering? I'm like, no, nothing. No change at all. Going down. But so here we are traveling 70, 75. And then all of a sudden, we've just had a blowout, So we got over onto one of those emergency, where the state highway patrol sit and the emergency vehicles use. Yeah. I mean, it just literally looked like the tire was dry rotted. And Dad bought this truck at an auction in 2013. It's only got 40,000 miles on it, but it's got the original tires on it. So here we are. We've got this blowout. Dad has no tools in the truck because he had just moved them over to the car because he was going to the farm the next day and was going to take the car. So we have no tools, no nothing with us. We get the jack out. Now, Dad's 83, getting some dementia, getting forgetful.
Well, and those jacks alone are awful. Like the ones that come
terrible.
with the vehicles.
Yeah, they're pretty much worthless.
Anytime I had to deliver mail, I just had an actual jack because I would have to do it sometimes, and those things were terrible.
Yeah. Well, Dad's under the truck to get down the spare.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I can't tell if this is turning or not. Well, I'm just thinking he's knowing what he's doing, so I'm not fussing. He's not going to let me do anything anyway. So I'm just patiently waiting. And he's under there fussing. I'm like, Dad, what's wrong? And he's like, well, I don't think this thing's a moving. So I Googled, how you get this tire down.
Yeah.
So there's that little area on the back that opens up that that you stick that through that guide hole. I'm like, oh, Dad, get out from under there. You don't even need under there. So I guided the jack, or not the jack, but the extensions that go on the crowbar. So got the tire down. Well, then he can't figure out how to get.
Well, that was a blessing in itself because 99% of those are so rusted up that they don't move.
Oh, yeah.
So, that was a blessing.
Well, now we can't get the hubcap off. We got the tire out, but now we can't get the hubcap off. No tools. So I Google, how you get this hubcap off? You need a straight screwdriver. Do we have a straight screwdriver with us?
No.
No.
You got a pocket knife?
No, we didn't.
You have a rope, a string, and a rope.
So my post office key was the thickest key on my ring. So I'm sitting on the asphalt with my key trying to pry this off.
What day was this?
Saturday.
It was hot too.
It was hot. Oh, just sweating, sweat dripping. Can't get it. Dad's like, so now Dad's looking. He's got some bungee cords. He gives me a bungee cord. I stick the hook of the bungee cord.
Oh, there you go.
Up in there. I'm sitting on the asphalt. My knees are up. About that time, here comes these 2 New Albany police officers. They're going to pull in. They're going to help. But I'm sitting there with that, and I'm just prying. It finally pops off and goes flying as those Albany police officers.
I say it's a good thing that.
But Dad and I are arguing with each other. What's the hubcap? What's not the hubcap? What's the rim? How you get the tire down? I'm like, Dad. So here come these 30-something-year-old 2 police officers, and they want to do it. I'm like, Dad, let them do this for us so we can get back on the road. Nope. You boys don't need to get your hands dirty.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding. They patiently stood there and waited on my dad to change that tire.
Oh my!
The one guy, he carried the spare over and put it on for him, and he's like, hey, who's driving? I'm like, so Dad's like, she's got a lead foot. I'm like, Dad, don't tell them that. They're going to follow us down the road and I'm going to get a ticket. Don't be telling them that.
Yeah.
I said, 1 ticket every 20 years. The guy's like, it's not bad. Not bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. But, what a mess it was. But improvise.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Adapt.
And pray.
Adapt.
And I was praying because I was getting hyper with my dad and I was raising my voice.
Right,
like, just pray.
Yeah.
Calm yourself down and pray.
Yep.
It's not,
and at that time, So.
It's nobody's fault.
No.
Let's just.
Yeah.
But to make a small shift here, why is it so hard to not get emotional with your significant other? Like it's that's the easiest thing to do. Like if it's for me, if it's like coworkers, if it's a stranger, if it's like I can be like
you can give grace and yeah.
But sometimes, like when it's your wife or your husband,
people that you're closest
you
to,
hurt the ones
it's
you
all
love
the
the
harder
most.
to
It's
do.
easy to let them see all of
the ugly because they're
all
going
the
to
ugly,
be there
yes.
regardless.
And I feel bad about that.
Oh, yeah,
Sometimes, I know, like I don't ever lose my temper, and yet I like kind of yelled at her because we were frustrated about something unexpected.
I had to apologize to Dad. I said, Dad, I am so sorry for raising my voice. Now this is the next day. This isn't that day. This is the next day. I'm like, Dad, I really need to apologize to you for raising my voice. And he said, I just consider the source, he said. I'm like, thanks, Dad.
But it's good that you apologize because I have loved ones.
No apology.
You can't eat that. You can't.
I know my grandma's listening. So
It's
not her. It's okay. So I was on the same airplane as someone who used to live with her. I used to live with him. You know where I'm getting at. My DAD. But he's always the hardest on me. Always. And, we're going through... Airplanes they're just so stressful anyway. And they're...
Airports?
Airports. And so, and before we had even... I'm 2 weeks before and I'm just... looking at, okay, well, a pack and play is considered an essential item. So it's not, you don't have to do a personal check bag or a personal, it's just it's an essential item. That's something.
That's an extra.
Yes, exactly. And it's free. But they were like, okay, I had that. I had the diaper bag. I had all these questions that I'm just Googling and researching weeks beforehand. Okay, well, for formula, because we're like weaning Cooper off of the formula, they said you can go with it. Just put it in his diaper bag, which is also an essential item. Well, then we get stuck, and it gets checked, and I'm like, okay. And it didn't. I mean, we had plenty of time, and I didn't ask him to hold, he didn't have to wait on us. I'm a big girl, like me and Chase and Cooper with me, whatever. They decided to wait, and then we catch back, I don't know, up to him, because they were about 15 yards in front of us. And, the airplane's like asking us, like, oh, do you want the diaper bag? Do you need it for the plane, or do you want us to put it? I'm like, oh, you could actually take it, because Cooper had a little bag himself, like a little backpack. But I'm like, oh, hold on a sec, because Cindy had it. I'm like, let me grab that formula. And I saw my dad like look at her. It was one other time he like looked at her, but it was within 2 minutes. And then he did the same look again. And I finally was like, what? He's like, and Cindy's like, all right, I'm going to make sure you guys are sitting at the most far end as you can. Like, you're going to go here, you're going to go there. But, he was proceeding to tell Shy, like, how good that we did on the plane and this and that. And they were saying, because you know how there's family blow-ups, and like that was the first blow-up of the week. And there wasn't too many, like that was very mild, but there was another bicker between two other individuals. And someone's like, yeah, we did have a couple. And they're like, like Dad and Sid. And he's like, what do you mean? And Cindy's like, well, the airport. And he's like, well, I was pretty hard on her, but like never apologizes. Okay. And he's always been like that. I'm like, you will say it to other people.
Right.
And then that's my way of hearing it. But like, you will never come to me and tell me like, why?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's probably the guy in him, but don't be afraid to be vulnerable, men. Okay. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was, and also at the airport, it was, another thing I was Googling was I didn't have my real ID, which is fine because if you have your passport, you're good. Okay, well, my passport has my maiden name, which I knew that. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just bring my marriage certificate because it said that should be fine. Well, no, we even get through check-in and then we get to TSA and they're like, well, now you got to go back to check-in and basically have your boarding ticket say what your basically maiden name. I'm like, oh, so I'm going to be Sydney Mackey for this week. Awesome. Because it had to say that going there and going back. And I'm like, so it was just so many unexpected things that I even tried for. I tried to plan and prepare myself for. And heck, I even had Cooper's birth certificate with me too, because if they're 2 and under, they can fly for free, but sometimes they ask for documentation. I had like our whole life story with us, and still we had all these hiccups. But that's what you get in airports because
no, that's what you get. But
and your passport has your picture,
yes,
and your
maiden name
and married name.
Well, my passport just has my maiden name. Oh. Can you get your married name on it?
But your passport.
But my boarding flight ticket, which was like,
it has to be your driver's license name is what's when you book your flight. So it's how it is on your driver's license.
So even a small discrepancy like that, they'd be like,
Oh, yeah. There's so much bureaucratic garbage.
Yeah, and like the thing is, there's like the check-in point, like basically the first step into the airport to check in. They, that basically take your bags. They didn't say anything about it. And I almost brought it up. I'm like, you know what? No, it's fine. I'm not going to make it an issue if it's not an issue. And then we get to TSA and I'm like, here we go. They were nice about it, but I'm like, man. Because they're like, well, I said, well, I looked into this and beforehand and they said as long as I have something that proves
right, I've got the documentation.
I have the documentation. They're like, well, it depends on the airline, and I don't know I think we were on Frontier. I don't know what their policy is. I'm like, oh my goodness. So
yeah,
Yeah.
The way I look at it, though, they're just doing their job. You
And
can't-
that's, you know,
you can't.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I didn't want when I came back. I was like, I was definitely frustrated, but then I was like thinking, oh, I hope that same girl is over there when I do come back. That way, I can shed her some
Yeah.
light. And she was very nice. I'm like, thank you. I know you were just doing your job. Like,
Yeah.
it's just frustrating.
Yeah.
It's already so like nerve-wracking whenever you don't fly a lot, let alone with a child.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like
Right.
you've got the pack and play, you've got a stroller, you've got the diaper bag, plus your 2 personal items, plus the 2 suitcases. I'm like, oh my god.
And you're on borrowed time.
Yes, exactly.
You got
yeah.
you
missed
got 3
that
minutes
flight.
to get to your gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
load.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's no other option.
yeah.
Oh,
That.
wow.
Sometimes life is just stressful.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We have to be able to adapt.
Adapt and overcome.
Right.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
Yep. Repeat.
Repeat.
Right.
Yes. I just see like the recyclable thing, like that
Yeah.
logo right
Yeah.
now.
Or the biohazard.
Yeah.
Yeah. One or the other.
And hopefully that all these situations bring personal and spiritual growth.
Yeah. Yeah, because looking back at it now, we can all laugh, and you can laugh about your Saturday instance, but it was
Right.
stressful.
Oh.
As you've got sweat rolling down into your
Probably
eyelid, I'm
because
sure.
right, and the glasses are on, and yeah.
Yeah, we all laugh about that when we're watching Home Alone. Like, that's the fun when you're actually doing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I've only flown once though. Well,
Really?
no, wait, twice.
In a plane?
Flown twice, yes, twice,
Okay.
and never really had any issues.
Well, lucky you.
So, but it is nerve wracking.
Oh,
and just
yeah.
parking.
Parking.
That's my
Also, the
stressful
whole thing.
situation. Like if I go over to Pittsburgh, so
Yes.
I book my parking before I ever leave. It. I already have it paid for and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to get over there early because it seems like it takes forever to find a parking
Mm-hmm.
place. So when I was flying up to Boston there a couple weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm going early because last time it took me forever to find a place.
Yeah.
This time it seemed like it took forever. It took 6 minutes, but it seemed like
Yeah.
an hour that
Yeah.
I was driving up and down those aisles trying to find a parking place.
Z247.
Yeah.
Well,
And then I get to TSA pre-check because I have pre-check.
Oh, nice.
Well, I forgot to put it on my boarding pass.
Oh.
And she's like, you don't have TSA pre-check. And I'm like, yes, I do. And she's like, well, it's not on your pass. And I'm like, oh, okay. So there was only like a handful of people in regular TSA anyway. So
Yeah.
I just popped over there and that was not a problem. But I made sure my TSA pre-check was on my boarding pass on the way back.
When we flew out of Pittsburgh with the instances I was talking about, there's a tunnel that goes over the. So that was open. Like I had never been there, but my, parents had flown out of there before, and they're like, "Oh, this isn't normally open. Like we can actually do this." And it was. I mean, it wasn't busy at all over on that side. So
Yeah.
that was nice.
Yeah.
Was that side your gate was on?
Well, that was the side I had to walk
Clear
back and
around.
forth to.
Back to Denison, back to Yorksville.
Were
Yeah.
you praying during all of that?
Yeah, I was trying.
Right.
What's really stressful is that you're out of the country, and you go, and you're sitting there, and this is where your plane's supposed to be, and it's like 5 minutes before you're supposed to load, and there's no plane there. Oh well, sorry, your plane's broke down.
Oh.
You're not going to leave. We're going to put you over in this other spot. So they put us over in this other spot. Well, there's no plane for that spot. You're going to stay here overnight.
Oh boy. Oh. I've not had anything happen like that. I've had a couple 20-minute delays or something, but
Well, see, that's what we thought. We thought, well, it's just going to be a delay, So we're sitting there, and it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours. This is in Germany. Wait and wait and wait. And the worst thing about it was my son lived like an hour and a half away. So as soon as we went through the gates, he left, So, we really, it was kind of dumb to go, call him, come back, pick us up, drive another hour and a half, and then drive an hour and a half home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. It was interesting.
Eventful.
They put us up in a hotel, and they fed us.
Oh, nice.
And they says, be back here at 7:00 in the morning to get the bus to go back to the airport. And but it was different.
It was unexpected.
Yeah, but I mean, but it was a learning experience. You learn how other people. Well, we were over there for 2 weeks, but in I would guess like a business area, you see how other people run things, and it's completely different than the way we do things here in the United States.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. It was nice. I mean, the people were nice.
Well, and sometimes the unexpected is what gives somebody the opportunity
to learn,
be charitable, to be, to do something for you, to practice those
that's true.
Christian principles that
Right.
we're all trying to uphold,
Yeah.
So, so sometimes, I hate to say it, but, being part of the plan, it's like, well, yeah, you have to be the, I don't know how I want to say it, but, you're on the sharp end of the stick, I guess, while the other person, gets to have the blessing.
Yeah.
Or gets to, exercise that.
Yes.
But yeah, that whole ordeal though was a blessing, because they gave us I forget what it was. I mean, how many free flying miles, and phone cards, and so we could call home, which we were supposed to be home like the next day, because the dogs were in the kennel. Somebody was taking care of the house. I mean, it was. But we got everything, handled. And plus, I got a free flight to, where'd I go to? Either Texas or Washington State. I forget which one, to visit my son. And then Linda, she had the same deal. I think she went to Washington. But, it was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
And, but
Is it Michael that says, "Don't steal my blessing"?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have
But-
to look at it that way sometimes. Sometimes, you're in those situations, and that's going to be somebody else's blessing that you're in it.
right.
You're going to be taken care of. But sometimes you don't see that. It's hard to see that.
Right.
But
To verify.
consider that. Yeah.
He stole that from Ray Porter, though.
Mike,
And
how
he
dare you.
said that before, but yeah. No, don't you rob me of my blessing now.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
Actually, was it a flat tire that he was telling him that for?
Oh, I
I
can't.
feel like it might have been.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think that is the story that he's told,
Let us know, Michael,
right?
if you're listening.
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
We're going to test and see if he's listening.
He comes flying in the room.
This is only a test.
Yeah. Comes sliding in like Kramer.
Yeah.
No, he's got a birthday party tonight, so he's kind of
Yeah. Emmett's birthday.
Oh, that's
tied
right.
down.
Yeah,
Yep.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
because he had to leave early.
Yes. As all of these situations are tests.
Yeah.
I've got to learn better self-control. That is my test. Still working on my self-control
It's just
and my tone.
It's so hard to look at it that way, though.
Yeah, it is.
When you're living in the flesh, when you're living in the world, the pace of the everyday world, like it's so hard during that moment to look at it that way.
Well, everybody says live in the moment.
Yeah.
Right.
They're trying to do, but it's like, but they said
I don't want to.
Well, that's right. A lot of times, like you got to be able to remove yourself
Yes.
from the situation.
Yes.
In order to look above it and say, okay,
Yeah.
how should I really handle this?
Yeah.
Instead of just being in the moment
Yeah.
and, just making a complete mess of everything. But
Yeah.
but it's hard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd say that's a struggle for most people. I think self-control is,
Yeah.
it's not easy.
Well, no. And when you've been so independent and you're able to do everything on your own all of your life, and, now Dad's 83, soon to be 84
Yeah.
in September.
Yeah.
And like I said, his mind's getting a little, but it's like, Dad, just let me help you. No, no. And so he struggled and struggled and struggled. And I'm getting more frustrated because he won't let me
won't
help.
help you.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They don't want to lose their independence.
Exactly.
that's what I was thinking.
Yes. Yeah.
And
And I
especially-
understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially, he's like, you're my daughter. I don't want
Right. I don't want.
I
I'm
don't
like,
want that.
You taught me how to change a tire, Dad.
Right, let me help
Let
you.
me help you.
Yes, yes. Yep.
This is why you showed me how to do this.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like I think you were saying people lack the self-control. Like, yeah, they do. Like, no wonder we have so many addiction problems. You know, like if
Right,
you look at it that way,
absolutely.
like I think we all struggle with self-control,
Right.
like in all circumstances.
Yeah.
Whether that's just keeping your mouth shut or even just meditating on something before acting out.
Right.
Yeah.
Think before
Engage
we
brain
speak.
before
Yes.
Yes.
mouth.
Yes.
I only found one really good scripture that
I know. I couldn't.
I was looking for
find
other
one.
ones. This is the only one I thought really fit the bill, and it's Romans 12:12. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Share with God's people who are in need, and practice hospitality.
It's a good one.
Yep. And I had the Romans 8:28 where, God just turns everything for our good, you know.
Yeah.
So I had that one.
Well, I had another twist. It was basically Isaiah 60:22. The smallest family will become 1,000 people, and the tiniest group will become a mighty nation. At the right time, I, the Lord, will make it happen. So it's like, even if you're trying all the things and plans to make sure everything lines up on your way, or, he's still going to make it happen if that's what he wants done. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
It's not your way, it's God's way.
yeah. Yep.
Well, and I was just scrolling through Facebook the other night, and so just a funny thing, just faith doesn't always take you out of the problem. Faith takes you through the problem.
Yes.
Faith doesn't always take away the pain. Faith gives you the ability to handle the pain. Faith doesn't always take you out of the storm. Faith calms you in the midst of the storm.
Yes. Yeah. So you're still going through the storm.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's a calm.
But right.
You're calm in the storm.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're more calm. Yeah.
Well, and you're talking about the numbers. Doesn't matter. Money is very important to a lot of people. You think if you can build up wealth and build up all these other things, and 4-stall garage and all these other things, and then doesn't matter. I mean, you can be stricken down with cancer just
Yep.
That's right.
Just
like everybody
everyone
else. I mean,
Right.
all those, putting your faith in all of those things. If that's your, I suppose a lot of people lean on things like that as their comfort, as their security.
Because money can buy everything.
That's how they get through life, is by building things up. And it's just like, doesn't matter. It's going to
No.
get you just
No.
same as everybody else. You're going to have those challenges.
Yeah.
You can't hide behind wealth or, status or anything like that. And that doesn't mean, you're not a good person, but it's just, at the end of the day, you just have to be careful where you're putting your faith.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because when it comes time to need patience and humility and, self-control and all those things, your pretty car is not really going to help you much.
No.
You'll lose sight of your prized possessions really quick.
Yeah.
When something like that's happened. All you're going to have to lean on is your faith.
Yeah.
That's it. So yeah, you got to keep that in mind too. For us 80s kids, this has been a tough couple weeks. We lost Hulk Hogan. That one hurt.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you know who Ryan Sandberg was. We all loved him as a kid, baseball player for the Chicago Cubs. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, what?
Saw something say bubble wrap Willie Nelson.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Somebody please go bubble wrap Willie Nelson right now. But talking about Hulk Hogan, I said, if I've got 4 columns, pedestals to my childhood, he's like one of them.
Yeah.
It's just like one of those kicks it out from under you, and and then Ryan Sandberg, and so yeah, because you start to think, Ryan Sandberg was 65, Hulk Hogan was 71, and I'm 45, and I'm thinking, okay, I might have 20 years left.
You got more than that.
I'm just saying, you might.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
yeah.
you can look at it and go, I might have 20, 25 years left. And I remember when I was in my 20s, I'm thinking, it seems like a long time ago, but it really wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And you think, wow, like a lot of time is already gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the next 25 years, if I don't appreciate it, if I don't
Live in the moment.
yeah, if I don't live in the moment, start smashing coffee machines with baseball bats, you know what I'm saying? But you just, I don't know, it gives you a perspective.
Yeah.
That, your life goes very quickly. And everybody tells you, the older you get, the faster it goes.
Amen to that.
Uh-huh.
And so it's like you just realize you don't want to waste any time on foolish things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Right.
sometimes, having a bad temper, things like that,
It's foolish.
it's foolish. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just realize that, to have patience and humility is just more important than
Yeah.
anything else you're chasing after.
Yeah. Especially like all the people that sit and dwell and like, oh, what was me? Like, think of all that time that they're putting into and like all that energy they're putting in just to be miserable.
Right.
And like
Yeah.
you said, if
I have to
you're
add
not wanting to waste-
forgiveness to that patience
Right.
and
Yeah.
humility as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That as well.
Yeah.
It's just, it just really does give you a perspective that, it's like, man, I was just 10 years old, just
10 years, 20,
blink
30
of an
years
eye,
ago.
Yeah.
And, now Hulk Hogan's dead. It's like, how is this possible?
Right.
How is this possible? And and then with like Ryan Sandberg, you hear just about how great of a guy he was and how he approached the game and how steady he was. And they said he never said much. He was always calm. He was always like the voice of reason. The guy that had a lot of self-control.
That's my
And
dad.
just like,
My dad is very calm.
he played the game with that level of
Yeah.
self-control and just no matter what happens, he kept us cool and played the game the same way all the time. And you appreciate that. And then, like I said, it's so sad that, he got cancer and within a couple of years, he's gone. And again, it just goes back to, it's going to something's going to touch all of us at some point.
That's right.
And if we can look back on ourselves the way maybe that he could,
Yeah.
then I think that says a lot more than, well, yeah, he was a famous baseball player, so he could afford, cars and go out to fancy restaurants and have a big house and all those things. All those things are going to be meaningless.
Yep.
Nobody's going to
Yep.
remember those things. But the way he played the game and the way he conducted
Yes.
himself is what everybody's going to remember for all time.
Yeah.
So I think just looking at our lives, we can't get caught up in trying to, waiting on the next, remodel or the next nice car that we want or, whatever it is in your life that you chase,
Yeah.
it's not going to do you much good in the end if you don't,
No.
Right.
have that relationship with Christ. And
And what did I hear one time? If God has you in the waiting, do what a waiter does. Serve.
Yeah.
yeah.
If we're in the waiting.
Well, and I think that's another thing about, being in the unexpected is when those situations arise, you should be thinking, okay, how can I serve in this situation?
Yeah.
Because I think that's what, again, going back to having that default mode of saying, okay, I know I'm in this situation. I don't like it. Yep. It's uncomfortable. I'd rather go home right now, go back to bed, but I can't. So rather than be upset and, get everybody else upset around me, how can I be a leader? How can I,
Yeah.
Right.
fix
Yeah.
the situation? How can I be the example? All of those things. So, yeah, I think that's perfect.
Yeah. I was just going to add, like, with the comparing, and looking for the next best thing. Like, I think that's really important to, realize and understand, especially with today's society, like, on social media, or you could even be, I don't know, you could even just be scrolling like, oh, those oddly satisfying videos, and or those ASMR things that just sound nice and relaxing. But then someone had like, I think they were doing a relaxing cleaning of a shower or something. I'm like, oh, okay, this is nice. But then all of a sudden I'm comparing like what her shower looks like versus what mine is. Not even like the cleanliness, just like the aesthetics of the, and I'm like,
nice.
oh my gosh, like here I thought I was doing myself a favor, giving myself a little treat to watch this video, and then here comes this comparison. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
it's got 3 shower heads.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like, darn it, mine only has one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's just something because, a lot of people say, oh, well, yeah, social media is that one that's comparison and stuff. But there's little things that just creep into you, and like that video I'm just watching, and I'm like, wait a minute, why am I feeling this way? I should not be feeling this way right now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, again, it's human nature to want
The next best thing.
the next best thing.
Keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to ever be satisfied. But, and there is some positives to, a lot of people say you should never be satisfied. You should always want to go
Sure.
to the next
Sure.
level. But I think you got to kind of measure that. And,
And like you never know, like, okay, Nick, my neighbor catty corner from me. So like next time you're walking near my house, just notice they've been putting a lot of work into their house. But like what a lot of people don't know, because they, told us that they took out a loan. So basically they're paying their mortgage plus more to get it done. So it's like they're probably obviously financially hurting more than us right now because they're trying to get that done. A lot of people just look at it as, oh, well, they must be bringing in the big bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, they're probably
they just owe you
hurting
the
a
big
little
bucks.
bit.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're going
But-
out on a limb to
Yeah.
because they can't be patient.
Yeah,
And wait till they have the
exactly.
money.
Wait till they have it, yeah.
Exactly.
Save a little bit more money. They're just willing to
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, perception is everything. Like you said, you can look at somebody else's life, go, wow, that must
be nice.
Yeah. Sometimes I have. It's a bad habit. Sometimes when I'm driving, like in the neighborhood, and I'll be looking at houses, and sometimes I'll think, I'll bet you they're just in their house, just relaxing with their feet up, watching TV and everything.
Yeah, and I got to go home
Nice and quiet.
mow.
And they probably haven't had any drama today. And, I'm thinking like, that's probably not the case at all. Sometimes I'll think that. Like I'll think must be nice, because I'll just see like just a little light in their window.
You'll just see the TV on.
Yeah.
But in all
Yeah, you
reality,
see the
that
TV
TV's
flicker.
been playing like nonstop for 3 years, and that's their electric bill going
yeah.
up. But you're just like, oh, they've just got it kicked back. They're watching this TV show.
Nice, to come home every night, just But yeah, it's like don't do that.
No,
it's like
it's
no,
probably
because that's
not
not
the case.
reality.
Nope.
Everybody's most people are
Yeah.
in the same boat, and everybody has issues, and got things they have to do and take care of.
Yeah.
Everybody got called into work early, or has to go and stay late, or
Yep.
planned on not working tomorrow and got called in. There's always something.
Yeah.
With the unexpected. I guess if
Yeah.
you're living well, I suppose there's something always unexpected. Because if there's not, I guess you really aren't going anywhere.
Right.
If you're sitting on the curb every day, well, I guess no, you probably don't. There's probably not that much,
Yeah.
unexpected happening because
Yeah.
you're not moving. You're not,
Yeah.
So maybe there's something positive in the fact that, yeah, if you're moving in life, if you're, trying to do what you need to do, yep, you gotta.
Well, yeah,
you gotta learn to hit that curveball.
Yeah,
it's just not,
definitely.
That unexpected. He's taken us to the next level. He's trying to teach us something, whatever it is, whatever it might be.
yep.
Stretching you thin.
Yeah, can't expect a fastball in the middle of the plate
Yeah.
every time.
For the third pitch.
It's like, you got to learn to hit the slider, the curveball, now they got so many pitches. I don't know how they do it really,
I know.
but yeah, well, that's kind of a great metaphor for life. It's just,
Yeah.
if you want to go around the bases,
You got to learn the pitches.
yeah, you do. You got, you got to be prepared for all kinds of things. And,
Learn when they're going to throw the pitches. Yeah.
yep. I mean, I would just like to get walked once in a while. Just,
Yeah.
just
I'd
let me
like
go.
to hit a home run for just one time.
Yeah. Just walk me. Intentional walk me once in a while.
You can even hit me with the ball, and then I can be a walk.
Yeah, not in the hip or anything, please. Just
Maybe the helmet. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Not too
Or just
hard.
one of them ones where it just kind of nicks to sleep.
Yeah, where they're like, did that
Like,
actually hit
gotcha.
him?
I gotcha. Take your base. Yeah.
I've been hit with the ball, but it still don't. You still got to go in the next time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So
A sore arm. Or,
it's not it's not that easy.
Yeah.
It's
a free walk for a moment.
You still you're great for a little while. But you still may only get to first base.
Yeah.
Because you're depending
Right.
on the next on your next player,
Yeah. That's
true.
all the further you'll get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you get kicked off. And you got to start all over again.
You got caught napping
Yep.
and got tagged out at first.
Yep, and then you
Back
got
to the base.
you got to start all over.
You got caught in a rundown.
Yeah,
You were almost there. You were almost
yeah. I never was real fast. That's why I didn't.
Yeah, he's looking around in the stand.
Yeah, I'm watching little birds, and
blowing his bubble gum.
Yeah.
butterflies. See the little butterflies? Aren't they cute?
Picking dandelions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder when the hot dogs are going to race. Is that the fifth inning or the sixth inning?
We're
Have
going to
we had the
rain.
seventh inning stretch yet?
Rain hot dogs. Yeah, all right. I missed that part.
Alrighty.
Go.
Alrighty.
Alrighty, Lynn. Well,
So yeah,
Yeah.
I dedicate this episode to Ryan Sandberg,
and Oscar Mayer.
Oscar Mayer. Yeah.
Oh, I wish I were an Oscar Mayer.
Oh yeah, you probably would know the really old song.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I was just
It
kidding.
was $7 for a hot dog when I went there a few weeks ago.
Is that right?
$7.
Yeah, I think it's been like that for a few years
Couldn't
now.
believe it.
And it wasn't even a foot long.
No.
Oh. You know what,
Going
though?
to a game this Sunday.
I was going to say I'm going to one on the 15th.
Save your money.
Well, it's Dollar Dog Night.
Oh.
It's fireworks. And
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
fireworks.
Something else.
Dollar
But I'm
dogs, they're getting them little Vienna
Yeah, they're not
sausages.
giving-
they're
Yeah.
so skinny.
Yeah,
It's
they're not giving you the
ridiculous.
regular stuff.
Ours is a Sunday afternoon game while my son's home. So, because he's like, well, we can go during the week. And then he's like, oh, no, we can't because they're playing the Mets during the week. So we can't go then.
Oh, yeah.
Dang it. I can't think of what else would they be. Oh, is it a T-shirt maybe? Maybe a T-shirt.
It's a
They
bobblehead.
don't even use the T-shirt cannons anymore.
You know who does, though? The Cavs.
Oh, do they?
Oh,
Well,
and
yeah,
they're
but-
skyrockets. It's
Yeah, they don't even. I mean, they got.
Don't say that too loud. Pastor will want to buy one.
Not to
he's
pass,
already wanted to buy one.
not to pass offense, but they got a few like small teenage girls throwing them into the
Oh, I
stands.
know.
They can't get them more than 3 rows deep. So yeah, like the same kid gets 4 T-shirts. And nobody else gets one.
first 10,000 fans gets a free shirt, fireworks, and Dollar Dog Night. So it is a shirt.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So you better be there early.
Well, yeah, but God forbid I leave work an hour early because last time I left an hour early, it was like a tornado. We'll see. It starts at 7:10, and I'm telling them I don't know. Maybe I'll leave at 4. But
There you go. You're going to have to give yourself plenty of time for the traffic.
I know.
And then you get there, and it's going to take you an hour to get into the stadium. And then you're going to
We
get
already
your
booked our
T-shirt.
parking spot too. So
Oh,
we
that's
already
a
have
good
a parking
idea.
spot.
That's a good idea. I need to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll leave about 3:30.
Well, that's what I did last time for maybe the game was 7:10.
Yeah, and what time did you get there? In your seat.
Like 6:20, 6:25. I think we were in the seat.
Yes, but you had
We had somebody sitting in our seats when we got there, so I had to go back up, tell the guy. I felt like such a tattletale. Like, can you go tell the guy the seats?
that was very admirable of you.
Yeah.
Because I'd have said, "Hey, bud,
Just
you're
say,
in my
you
seat.
get up.
Yeah.
Let me
get
see your
up.
ticket.
Yeah.
Tickets, please.
Let me see your
Tickets.
ticket.
Ticket. Get your ticket here."
Ticket.
Yeah.
Sunday, 82 degrees, so shouldn't be too terribly
Not too
hot while we're
bad.
there
Yeah,
in the
that's
afternoon.
not a big
You
That
get to
won't be bad.
you get to breeze up
That'll
the
be
lake
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if it's breezing.
Should be.
It will be.
Breezing.
Yeah, that's like wind
I know.
breezing,
Yeah.
which you have to have.
Wind.
Yeah. Did you ever see anybody hauling any sailboat fuel?
No, but my brother-in-law is like a sailor. Like, I see what you're saying.
What?
All right.
Hey, I don't know.
There's no more
Oh,
brain cells.
And-
There's
and
none.
Pastor Roger, it's the hot dog race, not raining hot
Oh,
dogs.
hot
The
dog race. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they
the
have
race.
Onion is now. Who's the new one? Is it
Oh,
Onion?
I don't know.
It's a girl.
Yeah, I think it is onion.
Onion, and she's all sparkly and dazzling
Yeah,
and holds a
yeah.
purse and runs.
Yeah.
She wasn't there last year when I went.
So they got ketchup, mustard. Yeah, I think Onion
Yeah,
is
so
new this
Onion's
year.
the new one.
And
Nice.
then-
Okay.
Do they have relish too?
I feel like they don't.
I think so.
There's 4 of them.
Well, is it ketchup, mustard, and then ballpark mustard? And then
2
onions?
mustards?
Yeah.
That was
Well, we
bad.
have 2 mustards in my house. I have ballpark mustard and yellow
I
mustard.
can't
Well,
remember. I
yeah,
can't
but if you're at the ballpark, you get ballpark mustard. They're not going to carry 2. You either take the ballpark or you just do
Or
without.
none.
Yeah.
Who was the? Is the other one like they wouldn't have mayo?
No.
Not all.
No way.
No.
Maybe it is relish.
Maybe peanut butter.
Yeah. Oh boy.
peanut butter on your hot dog.
I know people put peanut butter on their hot dog on their sloppy joes.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what kind of what I thought. I never tried it, but I like peanut butter, but I never tried it.
No.
Well, now, what are these? Are these people that are dressed as? I'm dead serious.
let me show you.
I've never seen them.
They
you haven't?
They run
No.
around. They
Yeah.
The hot dog
like
race.
during
Yeah.
yeah.
Do they chase the hot dog and try to get on top of him?
No, they've got like a buzz. It's not in the 7th inning
bus?
stretch. No,
6th inning, I think.
6th inning.
Oh, golf carts.
No, they've got a buzzer. Like they go, 3, 2, 1, and then they run
race.
around. It's
And
like,
then they run.
It might be to Mario Kart
Oh,
too. Is it
around-
Mario Kart sound?
Around
See?
the bases.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna see.
Yeah, what is it?
Who is spicy mustards? Okay, so we've got pink.
Pink lemonade.
Michael will be so proud of us.
Right? He's
got
like, they
this
should have
far off
closed out in
topic.
prayer a long time ago.
Ketchup, mustard, onion, and newcomer spicy mustard. So the newcomer was spicy,
Spicy
mustard,
Oh.
but they've had onion. Interesting. So here's the picture, Roger.
So they actually race.
Yeah, and they like push each other, and they fall down and do flips.
I think
and-
Onion was hitting the other one with her purse.
probably.
The last time we were there. Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I was being dead serious. I
yeah.
didn't
Yep.
anything for a gimmick.
Yep. All right.
Yep.
Whose
Gotta
turn is it
sell
to
hot
pray?
dogs.
Well, it's Beth's,
$7
but
a pop.
Oh,
she's
look
on
at
a little
her.
mini vacation.
Oh,
So
She's
well, we're
always on
gonna have to
vacation.
remember that.
she's always on vacation.
I feel like we should put a sign, like a paper, and say, "Hey, Beth, it's your turn to pray tonight," so we don't forget.
I think we should just call her.
Right.
It's like, hey, we
poor-
know you're
she's
not here,
gonna-
but
You
She's
know,
not gonna
she'll
answer.
use that we're out at the boat and I didn't have
we
any
didn't have
service.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. All right. So, Nick,
I'll do it.
would you mind? Okay.
Sure.
Let me get us ready. Okay.
Lord, thank you for bringing us all here together tonight. I know that, we never know what's coming up in our life next. That, there's always challenges that we have to face that will come as a surprise to us. But the one thing I do know is that no matter what comes our way, with you at our center, we can always handle those problems. We can always help other people handle their problems.
Yes.
And we can just take anything that may seem at first like something unfortunate. We can turn those things into a blessing. we can be leaders, we can guide people, and just keep our life going in the direction that you would see fit. And I just pray that we can continue to do those things, and I know that we can as long as we always look to your guidance first. I pray that we all have safe travels tonight, and I pray we can all meet again here next week. I say all these things in your precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Hey friends, Pastor Michael again. If you've enjoyed this podcast, you should consider joining us on Sunday mornings. Our address is 1943 North Water Street Extension in Yorksville. We'd love to have you join us for an in-person service.